Like sometimes you gotta like ask yourself, like, am I with my person? You know what I'm saying? You gotta, that's all we want is to know that we with, that we with our person. I think it's a fair question that you gotta ask yourself every once in a while. Yo, what's up? It's your everyday dude, Jay Devon, man, tapping in, my guy,
Jarreau.
And we are back, episode 5?
Yeah, something like that.
6? 5?
I think we're on 5.
We keeping count, but, we're not really keeping count.
Yeah.
The Jaye and Jarreau podcast, yeah, man, we've been tackling some topics first few weeks. Then we had a little fun with y'all. We dropped some rom-coms on y'all. Had a good conversation about rom-coms.
We're gonna do some more like that too.
Oh yeah, definitely. We got a bunch of stuff, man. Movies, music, all kinds of stuff we gonna cover, man. If it's here to be covered, we gonna cover it. Y'all let us know how y'all want us to. If y'all got anything y'all want us to give our top 5s, top 10s on, or whatever the case may be, we'll knock that out for y'all too. But today, let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about sex, baby.
Nah, let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me.
Oh.
Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things.
I was getting to that part. I was just,
you repeated.
I did repeat.
They don't never repeat that.
I was gonna say that. You're right. Like, you know what? It's funny because when I hear Poison, everybody always repeats the part at the end of the verse where he goes, damn, what's that part where he goes,
trust the big button and smile?
Not that, no, damn it, I can't think. Anyway, it's a part that's not supposed to be repeated. They only say it at the end of the first verse. They don't say it at the end of the second verse. When I got to hear Poison, and when I hear it, I'll tell you what it is. It's gonna fuck with me until I stop hearing it.
The lines and Do Me Baby.
Yeah.
Backstage, underage adolescents.
Damn, that was crazy.
She like to do the wild thing. What the fuck? Man, not to get
They do the same thing. They do the same thing with it's another song they do that with. Troy by Pete Rock and CL Smooth. They say he only says when they reminisce over you, my God, at the end of the first verse and the third verse. But people always say it on the second verse. He doesn't say it on the second verse.
Why? What he said in the second verse?
For real. When they reminisce over you, for real.
What that got to do with what we just said?
Because I was trying to think of, like lyrics that we always fuck up.
Yeah.
So that's actually a whole show in itself.
No, I was talking
about lyrics that black people fuck up.
No, I was talking about the wildness of
yeah.
Backstage,
Do Me Baby was,
adolescent.
I remember when that song came out, I went, wow. Like,
I don't think I did just because I was underage.
You were underage, yeah.
So it was like, I don't know.
But I knew all them were like my age.
Yeah, but I mean,
older than me, actually. I think most of them are older than me.
Yeah.
I think the only one that might be my age is Ronnie. I think me and Ronnie are the same age.
Yeah, but I think because we seen them as kids,
exactly.
It's like
we didn't really
they grew up different. Like it took them longer to become old. I think.
No,
I don't know.
18 is 18. Nigga.
Oh no. I'm saying.
Yeah,
people listening to that.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't think
it's like Usher. Like we watched him grow up, but hearing him sing like certain songs, you was still looking at him like it's Lil Usher. You know what I'm saying? Like you still ain't. It wasn't for me. It wasn't until like not really Confessions. I say the one before that.
You Make Me Wanna.
Was that You Make Me Wanna?
Yeah, by the time you make
the one
me
is that the one with Nice and Slow on it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one when I finally. That's the one when I was like, okay, Usher's an adult. Yeah, My Way. There you go.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, now he's an. But before that, it was just like, even then, it was still like, that transition.
I'll be honest with you, I don't really know any of his songs before My Way.
Really?
Like that young Usher album, I never
all
listened
the
to.
time I think of you,
Nope.
Holding on to someone who don't make me lose my mind.
Nope.
Seems like I've been here before.
Mm-mm.
Nope. Okay. No.
Absolutely not.
I tried.
I mean, because when You Make Me Wanna came out, though, it was like, oh, this niggas. Because at the time, when the Little Usher album was out, Tevin Campbell was out.
Yeah, true.
And it was like,
yeah.
you know that how they pit motherfuckers against each other.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm not listening to
I remember that. And I remember thinking that. I remember thinking like, why, you know, what, like.
But I was like,
not saying
I'm
you
not
should have held Usher back, but it was just like.
Well, no, for me, it was, I'm not finna listen to Usher when he can't sing like Tevin Campbell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he couldn't at the time.
No, not at all.
I mean, he still probably can't.
No, I was going to say Tevin Campbell still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how I was looking at it. Just like, I was like that with Boyz II Men and Jodeci. Like, I was like, I'm not finna listen to Jodeci when Boyz II Men be harmonizing for real. I understood the argument for Jodeci.
Yeah, Jodeci came out with the Timbos and the baggy clothes, and it was hip hop. It was like
and Boyz II Men was
R&B
saying, like,
thugs,
embarrassing shit.
Yeah, Boyz II Men was on some.
I knew you was out there cheating. I didn't care. You just don't know how much I love you, do you? I'm here for you.
Oh man,
yeah, like I don't.
But we love. But that's what we, you know. But that's what I love. That's what I love. That I mean, I'm not. And again, like you said, it's like it's not even like a competition. But I can appreciate, you know, the Boyz II Men on the you know that shit, and then
I just appreciate it
on the other shit.
On like, first of all, the harmony didn't even compare as far as Boyz II Men and Jodeci.
But who did?
And then
who had harmony like Boyz II Men?
I mean, later on, some people, and then Wanye he got more goosebump moments.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Than any. I mean, I guess KC got some, but not really.
See that, and see that's what I'm saying, y'all. We got a whole, like, this is a whole.
For me anyway. I understand.
We came in here to talk about sex, and we still gonna talk about sex.
Yeah.
We got sidetracked by a song that led us into a whole nother conversation. So we telling y'all that we got all this stuff on tap for y'all, man. We gonna have R&B. You know, we're going to have R&B struggle. We're going to have R&B battles. Not battles.
Just let it flow, man. You ain't got to narrate it while it's going on.
We're going to talk about it, man.
You gotta
talk about it, man.
But but the thing about sex, because I was asking, I seen something. What did I see? I was watching Mrs. Doubtfire.
Got you.
And he said, he just rattled off a bunch of them, like
back to back
that I had never heard before. When he was saying something to the dude that she was trying to get with.
Yeah,
and he was saying something about sex.
You know what, bro? It's been so long since I seen Miss Doubtfire. I remember.
But the point is, there was a moment where he rattled off a bunch of different slang for sex, and it was funny as hell. But then I was like, how many of those do I know? And then that's why I texted you, like, how many of them shits do you know? So we gonna go through them real quick.
So what? First,
take turns.
No, I'm just saying. I think first we should just talk about, you know, like just like the sex as a whole, like, you know.
I mean,
I know we will, but you know, just.
I think this is set the mood for it.
Slapping skins is going to set the mood.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah. Let's do it then. Let's go.
So we'll just alternate. All right. And if you say one that I got, then I won't say it. All right, so I'm start. All right, fucking.
Slapping skins.
Getting it in.
Humping.
Bumping uglies.
Banging.
Going to Pound Town.
Making love.
Taking her down through there.
Knocking the boots.
Beating her guts.
Making the bed rumble. Yeah.
Getting my dick wet.
Damn. That's it. Well, I mean, you know, old school fornication.
Yeah. Doing it.
Hitting it.
Horizontal mambo.
Stroking.
Getting the draws.
Porking, if you want to go old school.
I had that one written down. Getting the cakes.
Did we say smashing already?
Mm-mm.
Smashing.
Waxing that ass. Dick her down. I beat. I stab. Clapping the cheeks. Getting laid.
That's funny.
Giving it to her. Plowing.
Screwing.
Digging her out.
Damn, see? I forgot all about that one. Shagging.
Swacked. Banged out. Knocked it down.
Tapping that ass.
Shot the club up.
Well, that's more of a
splooge dinner, yeah.
That's kind of the finish of, you know.
Yeah.
That's like the act itself.
Okay, stuck my thing in there, gave her the soul pole.
That's hilarious.
Bone, nailed,
Oh man,
busted open for me.
It's a lot of them, bro.
Drop dick off.
It's too many.
Gave her the business. Riding the hobby horse. Home run. Deflowering.
That's funny. Oh my gosh.
The baby lotion commotion. I just made that one up.
Oh, that's funny, man. No, but so here's the thing. Okay, so here's a question. Do you think that even like, you know, we use it in fun or whatever the case may be, but do you think that sometimes like even terminology like that takes away from, you know, the act itself?
No. Because like the funny thing is like it's a case by case basis. And it's how even with the same person it's case by case. Because you can have some Luther playing and it'll be whatever, romantic and gentle. You got some Too Short playing, and even if you being gentle, it's gonna feel different.
You can fuck the Too Short?
You can. And
I've never listen, man, I'm gonna keep it 100, man. I only really fuck the R&B.
For sure. I play music, that.
Even like I make love and I fuck to R&B. Like it don't matter. Like either one could happen to R&B. You start playing hip hop and shit like that, I'm done.
But if in a certain situation, if Too Short is just on, you're not finna stop what's going on.
Not really. I mean, like I've been.
Hold on, let me. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, especially
like I've been to like lifestyle parties and stuff, and you know they always playing. They ain't gonna be playing R&B. They gonna be playing like, you know, up tempo. Yeah. So I've been to lifestyle parties, and it's been, of course, you gotta fuck to, you know, Too Short or Two Live Crew or some wild shit like that, you know. But if I have my choice, you know, it's R&B. You know what I'm saying? Like every time.
I mean, I don't even remember exactly the situation or even who it was, but I remember getting the feedback because it was accidentally Too Short was on, and the feedback was I didn't like it that time.
Yeah, exactly.
I felt like, oh,
see,
like,
exactly.
I was like,
that's what I'm saying. Like
it definitely wasn't my intention.
And that's a question for the ladies. Like, if you when you having sex with a dude, like, what do you want to hear in the background? Because if you playing Tupac, like that's a smash out. That's just like he just, you know, especially if he playing like Round and Round or some shit like that.
So you can't have sex with your wife with Tupac on?
Nah, I wouldn't.
I mean, if it's just on though, you gonna turn it off first?
I mean, it wouldn't even be on. Like, I was about to ask that. Like, what would you do? Like there's all, like, you know, like I remember there was a skit a while back where the couple was having sex, and I think at the beginning it was like some love shit playing, like boys, might have even been Boys to Men, Jealousy, some shit like that, and then all of a sudden, like, you know, gospel, you know, came on. Like, I don't know how your station got, you know, got that going on, but like,
with me, the more realistic.
What's the worst song that's ever come on while you've been having sex that you was like, that even you was like, I can't fuck to this?
I mean, I don't think it hasn't happened with that. With me, the more realistic scenario is like we'll be watching something on TV, and now, you know, we watch YouTube like a channel.
Yeah. So
it'll be like we'll be watching something, but then all of a sudden, you know, start fooling around and and then I'll be like, hold on, I can't do this while listening to this nigga. I don't want to hear this nigga's voice while I'm.
For me, it was one night. Family Guy came on while I was fucking.
Yeah.
The guy, I was cracking the fuck up. I was like, I gotta turn this shit off, bro. I did not listen to Family Guy and try to have sex at the same time.
And that's what I'm saying. That's another thing. It's like I've had that happen where something funny was on, and I started laughing, and it was like, it feels disrespectful. Yeah. It feels like, it almost feels like you're like, I don't give a fuck about what you doing. This shit is funny, but it's like laughing is an involuntary thing. So you hear some silly shit, and because you're in the midst of foreplay or whatever it is, you're trying not to laugh, and that makes it even funnier. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like,
TV is always kind of you know, TV is always like TV on while you having sex.
Yeah.
I always have to mute it or whatever, man, because even if it's something like, you know, like, nigga, I don't want to watch Dateline while I'm trying to fuck either. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't want to watch, you know, Shark Week or, you know, some goof shit like that. Like, it's just like once you start fucking, well, you know, it's like Netflix and chill. Once you start fucking, the TV coming, the TV gonna go off. It's going, you know, or it's gonna go on or silent or whatever.
Yeah, small little tip. You know what I'm saying? If you are gonna just mute the TV, that TV light coming off that baby oil is glorious. It is.
Man. I don't even use baby oil, man.
I mean, or the organic shit you was talking about last
mineral
time.
Oil.
Mineral oil.
You got mineral oil.
Whatever. I'm saying,
you gotta do mineral oil.
Do
man.
it glisten the same as mineral oil?
Yeah, mineral oil is even better.
Well, there you go.
Mineral oil is even better, bro. Mineral oil is like, it's hard to explain. Like baby oil to me is, it's baby oil, but it's got a little, I don't know. Once you just like too much of it, it's got a weird feel to it for me.
I'm not married to baby oil. I could be talked into using mineral oil. I'm not even.
And I can't remember. Listen, I can't even remember the chick that turned me on the mineral oil. It was a chick that turned me on the mineral oil. I know what it was. I'll tell you what it was. Here's what it was. It was I didn't know that baby oil could cause like yeast infections and all that stuff like that. So you can't get it inside you.
Yeah.
So I remember I was messing with this lady, and she said mineral oil. I was like, mineral oil? I was like, what is that? I didn't even know what mineral oil was prior to that. I was like, whatever. So I went out and got some mineral oil. Game changer, bro. Game changer. You drink mineral oil.
Yeah.
So you can drink it. It's like a laxative.
But they got like edible sex stuff at the thing too.
Like, mineral oil is
or like flavored lubes and whatnot.
Yeah.
Don't they? They have flavored lubes.
They got flavored lubes. They got everything, man. Like that. We was having this conversation when we was talking about the whole P. Diddy thing briefly. You know, like even just being able to sit down and have a conversation about sex is something that a lot of people can't do, man. It's a struggle for people to sit down and talk about stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't want to know. People don't want you to know that they got
their weird thing.
Yeah, they got mineral oil or whatever, or they like dudes especially. Like I know for me, like dudes be super weird, man. Dudes be real weird about. I'm not saying that I sit around and talk to. I'm not like. I ain't trying to like get to know you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get to know you sexually.
The more you explain it, the weirder.
Exactly. I know. The more I try to dig myself out the hole, the deeper I dig myself in. Pause. But no, like even just talking about like getting your nipples licked and shit. Yeah. That's like
again, not my bag.
Not your thing. Okay, see, that's my thing.
I don't look down on anybody who digs it. Yeah. Like there's obviously some sort of.
What is your thing? What's your thing that a woman could do that like? Okay, here's an even better question. I don't do this no more. I've only done it once or twice, maybe. I think. I believe that for me. My sexual attraction to anybody, it has to be, they have to possess what I like physically first and foremost. Like thick, like exactly thick, big butt, thighs, thick thighs with hips and ass, whatever. That's a given. I can't even wrap my brain around, a slim chick. I just can't. Sorry, slim women. It ain't. I don't hate y'all. I'm indifferent, what I'm saying? But I can't, but sexually, I can't.
You ain't never seen no slim shit where you like, man, but she,
No, I mean, like, here's the thing.
Or are you talking about, like, when they slim and still
I can appreciate, no. I can appreciate the beauty of any woman. I've seen slim women that I've gone, oh, she's attractive, but I know mentally, like, if I was to go there, I couldn't go there. But maybe if she licked my nipples, I could get there, because that's the thing that really gets me going.
I don't mean to react. But.
I know. I know. This is no judgment zone, but you judge. I mean, I know you're not judging. I'm fucking with you.
Yeah.
But no, like I don't. But I still couldn't. Yeah, I'm not. I'm lying. I couldn't do it. It's a certain size that once I get below that size, like the attraction for me is done. Like I said, I can appreciate the beauty, but I can't like get turned on by like a size 6 or a 8, even a 10. You know, for me, it starts at like, you know, I say 12, but even a 12 would have to be like you said, 12, but she would have to have like, you know, like bottom heavy, you know, hips and ass, whatever. Yeah. So, but for me, 14 up is the yeah. I can't do, you know. I've tried it. I had a young lady that I was dealing with. She was like a 10, like a 10, 12. And, you know, it's not that I couldn't get aroused by her, but I couldn't finish. Damn. It was just something visually that I just couldn't get to the finish
Like
line.
she was gross to you?
No, not gross, but just, you know, just like what I like, you know what I'm saying? Like I just couldn't, you know. It's hard to explain. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you know.
I get what you're saying on the attraction side, but I don't have the other side. Like, to me, like, you know,
like I know
if you look at if you were to look at a imaginary lineup of most of the women I've dated, most of them are on the thick side for sure, but even the ones that are on the smaller side are still, you know, slim thick or whatever you call it. But just being like I don't know. I'm not. I've never looked at somebody and be like, she's pretty, but she's too little. Like, but I get what you're saying, but that's just like a.
I mean, it's not even in a bad way. Like, again, like I said before, I'll see some slimmer women and I go, oh man, she's thick. I mean, she's slim, thick, whatever, you know. But just, you know, but I don't know that sexually I'd be able to get there with them or go, you know, I'm like, if you go down my history, it's I have a type. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a history. Like, my history is like, you know, like almost consistent. Yeah. From the first woman I ever dated to, you know, now you there's a type. Like I absolutely have a type. And, you know, some of them might be a little bit bigger, some a little bit smaller. Some of them might have a little bit more ass, a little bit less ass, a little bit top heavy, but they're all, you know, curvy. They're all plus size, you know, whatever you want to call it, BBW, whatever you want to call it. That's the consistent thing for me since I was 18, 16. First girl I dated in high school was, you know, like a 14, 16.
Yeah.
You know.
I asked my brother this one time, and I think the answer was kind of inclusive because it is tricky, but where do you draw the line between having a type and fetishizing?
Man, that's deep, man. And then because I was about to say something too that might, you know, kind of run along those same lines. But all right, here it is. Like, to me, fetishizing is somebody that you wouldn't necessarily be comfortable with being seen with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know. So
just somebody it's only in private.
Or not even so much. Well, even if it's not in private, even if you would be seen with them, like I hear plus size women say this all the time. I hear plus size women always say, like, you know, dudes are always saying stuff like, you know, I never been with a big girl, but you different, or something like that. You know, I never been with a thick girl, but you different. Yeah. And to me, that's a fetish. Yeah. Like, if you ain't never, if you, you know, 30, 35, 40, and you ain't never been with a woman, you know, over a size, you know, 16, 14, 16, whatever. Yeah. To me, that's a fetish. That's like you know.
Saying it's a fetish if you get with her?
Yeah. Cause you ain't never, you know what I'm saying?
Wouldn't it be a fetish more if you with that type all the time though? Wouldn't that be more of a fetish?
You can have fetishes in that sense, in that sense too.
Like somebody that just,
like, I have a foot fetish. And I like, you know, I've seen a lot of feet. Yeah, like, you know, I get it.
That's what I'm saying. So wouldn't it?
But it's a difference though. Like, you know, I mean, even in the fetish,
foot fetish is crazy.
even in the fetish, like, I still have the ability. I'm still choosing those women. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like, you know, it's not like a thing to me where I'm just like, you know, oh, whatever, you know. But no,
so you say
I have a type.
How about this? If it's like,
but I probably do have a fetish too. I probably do have a, you know, because I like certain things about plus size women that I can't get out of a smaller woman. Like, I can't, like I like face sitting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
I'm just saying, like I like feet. So again, I gotta have that thing.
But I was
to.
gonna say maybe it's this. Maybe it's like so when it doesn't matter, when nothing else about the woman matters, like when it's like she could be anybody as long as she checks these boxes.
Exactly.
Then that's when it's fetishizing.
Yeah. Well, no, like I said, no. Well, to a degree, but even like that, and it's crazy.
If she ain't shit, nothing about her is a good person. But she got hips and ass, all that. If you still want.
To me, if it's, but that's not even a fetish. That's like
to me, that's the fetish.
You can have
she fits the criteria. So,
but that could be all I'm trying to do is just smash. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I guess it's still.
I'm saying
right.
I'm not saying if she ain't. It's more so like if you don't give a fuck about what her personality is, like you don't care.
That's you know what, bro? I might have to sit on that for a little bit because when you think about a fetish, like most women when they think about a fetish, or even like when you hear plus size women talk about being fetishized, they always talk about it from the vantage point of a guy who doesn't really mess with them normally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you're right. It could even be that somebody who does mess with them still has, somewhat of a fetish towards them or whatever.
And let us know in the comments. Where do you draw the line between having a type and fetishizing something? Like, if it's like, if somebody's like, redheads, gotta be redheads. Like, is that a type or is that fetishizing?
I think it's
depending on.
Okay, so here's what I think the line is. I think the line is how you approach it. How you approach it individually. Okay. Like if I walk up to a woman and I'm like, like you said, like all I see is hips and ass,
which
whatever,
to be fair,
whatever.
That's all you have to work on in the beginning.
But if that's all I focus on after that, like even after like you said, even after the fact of talking to her or whatever, she might be an amazing person.
Yeah.
But I'm still, every conversation is, so when you going, you know what I'm saying? So when you're
gonna let me clap.
When you gonna let me exactly? When you gonna let me hit that or whatever? That's when I think it becomes a fetish.
When you gonna let me take you down through
go to Pound Town, take you down to Pound Town.
When you gonna let me give you the business?
No, I think that's a tough question, man. That's a good one for people to really tap into because again, when I hear the word fetish, I always think about, first of all, when you hear the word fetish, you always think of something. Freaky. You know what I'm saying? Freaky. It's always creepy, like not creepy, but it's always just like some, some dude sitting behind sitting in the closet looking at the little slats in the closet watching a woman, whatever. It's not that. You know what I'm saying? Like again, I have a foot fetish. I know I do. You know what I'm saying? But again, does my foot fetish make me, like do I have a folder full of feet and you know what I'm saying? And on my computer. Yeah. I don't, you know what I'm saying? But, when I'm out and about, especially in the summer, I'm looking at, sandals and, wedges and open-toed, shoes or whatever. I'm peeping out feet, whatever. It's just, like.
If it's just, but it's like, if it's like, let's say if it's a white lady, she got a fetish for black dick, and when she see you, all you are is black dick to her. You don't mean nothing else. Don't nothing else you say. Could give a fuck about your comedy, any of that. You just black dick, and you no different than the only thing she care about is how big is it. That's all you know what I'm saying. That's it. Kind of, you can say, oh yeah, I don't care, but if you do care, it does cheapen things for you. Knowing it's like
I just said it. That's what I said. I just real quick just typed in fetishization, and that's what I said.
Fetishization.
Fetishization. Fetishization.
You bragging about it. You can't even pronounce it.
No, I'm saying but that's what it says right there.
So it says the act of giving something an unreasonable amount of importance or interest.
Exactly.
Or being excessively or irrationally devoted to an object or activity.
Yeah. So see, in that regard, I may not even have a foot fetish. Because I can look at feet and it's not like...
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Irrational. No, it's not like irrational or unreasonable. It's just, I like feet.
Like, irrational or reasonable are subjective. So that's what I'm saying. It's like that's the whole question: is where do you draw the line?
Yeah.
Because
no, I draw the line at like I don't have a fucking folder full of feet. You know what I'm saying? Like for all the feet that I've seen. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like taking pictures. I probably have mental pictures of most of the feet I've seen.
Yeah, but that's not.
But I'm not like and then saving them. Like you open up my phone camera roll and it's a whole
And see, to me,
file
it's like,
dedicated to feet or something, even ass, for ass and titty or thickness or whatever. I don't have actually I do.
Yeah. But that's what
I don't have a whole. Actually, I do.
It's in your phone. For sure, it's in your phone. But the thing is, if you, that's not even what I'm talking about as far as I don't think there's nothing wrong with having that or looking at that or seeing that or that being your thing. I'm talking about when you start trampling over other people, you even when you're not fetishizing, you're gonna run into this where one person cares more than the other. Like I've had those conversations with people where it's like, oh, I've been out here dating for a minute. I'm looking for something serious. And I'd be in the space where it was like, well, I just got out of something serious and I'm not looking for that. So we agreed to just not even entertain anything because it's not gonna. Yeah. We on two different things, but sometimes even if y'all don't have those talks, it can be when one person is just looking to smash while the other person is looking to get into a relationship.
Yeah. Well, that's a little bit different than fetishization, though. That's
what I'm saying. I'm saying that happens even in that scenario.
Yes.
So, but what I'm talking about is where I see it being fucked up is where it's where you got this trail of motherfuckers that fit into this box, this category, that you just then did what you wanted to do with them. And then discarded them and threw them by the wayside because you on a mission to conquer as many of those as you can.
Yeah, but even in that, is that a bad thing if those people consent to that?
No.
It's like for example,
nothing's bad with consent.
Well, the whole I know. Did you hear the story about the guy from the Equatorial Guinea, whatever it was, the cat that had sex with all the 400 women.
I want to take that back. There is stuff bad with consent.
Well, I mean, we don't. The views on this podcast are shared by Jarreau and Jarreau alone. Yeah. No, I'm just fucking with you. No, I'm just saying. I'm not saying even with consent, they're still not. Because again, you can take somebody's consent and over you or abuse it or whatever. Yeah. I'm saying in the regards of I can't even think of the dude's name. I can't remember. But anyway, there was the story about the guy who, was having sex with the pastor's wife, the president, the president's wife, his brother-in-law's wife, whatever. It was madness, bro. Uh-huh. Anyway, dude slept with 400 women, 300, 400 women, but most of them, and a lot of it was on video. Yeah, they was recording it. Yeah, and so again, clearly he has a fetish. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He, whether it's a sexual fetish,
he likes to tape it,
or exactly, or whether it's to record it. But all of those women were okay with it too. Yeah, they were setting up the camera. They were looking into the camera. They were, whatever. And I'm not saying that, this is not about who was right or who was wrong. I'm just saying in terms of a fetish,
But you talking about a fetish as an act. I'm talking about when you fetishize a person because they check so and such a box. I ain't saying if I got this thing I like to do, that's my fetish. I'm not really on that because that's one of the things where you have a conversation and the person is either with it or they're not. But that person was just out there slinging dick. I don't know if legendary, not a good guy. Definitely legendary.
But is he wrong though?
He's wrong.
How?
He's wrong. If he,
I'm not saying
if he's
because some of the women were married and of course.
I'm saying not even just that. It seemed like he had relationships with these men. You know what I'm saying? shaking the dude's hand and you know what I'm saying, doing that is wrong. And I'm not saying I'm for whatever on that front. You know what I'm saying? I've definitely done some fucked up
There
things.
it is, right there. Equatorial Guinea. I knew it was something like that.
Oh yeah, he looked like he was.
That's what I said too. When I saw him, I was like, "Oh, he looked like a motherfucker that might have a." But dude, like, I ain't gonna hold you. You know, I got hold of some of the videos and stuff, and you know, I can't be mad at the dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm mad. Like, I ain't saying it like that, but I mean, like, okay, here it is, right here. He definitely has a type.
Okay.
Every woman in those videos looks somewhat similar. You know what I'm saying? You had some that were, like, again, you know, they're not going to all be shaped exactly the same, but, you know, he likes ass. You know, he likes thick, you know, thick. They were all kind of slim, thick with, you know, hips and ass and, you know, whatever. He got a type, bruh. And I mean, you know, he was, you know, knocking them down, you know? So again, like, you said something and I was trying to hit on it, but like, it's a fine line, bro, because, you know, like, I'm the opposite. When I hear somebody say I don't have a type, to me, that's weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll just do anybody? You know what I'm saying? Like, just, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but it's not weird because I get what that means. Like, because people get so used to doing these lists of what they want.
Yeah.
I want somebody 6'4", you know, they rattle off all these damn stats and shit, and men do the same thing. I want somebody 5'3", this thick with the big ass titties, big ass, all this, whatever. And then it's like somebody that's completely the opposite of that can completely win you over if you're open to it.
See, that's never happened for me.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying for me, like,
but I'm saying that is a thing that happens.
Yeah. So I'm saying like wait, and that's not to say that I haven't met some slimmer women that have had some amazing personalities, and where I've said to myself, man, like, you know, she's got a great personality. You know, she's a great, you know, whatever, great conversation, great energy, whatever. But and I was talking about this on the post. I was actually going to do a little, you know, little content about this, because I was in a conversation where that topic came up, where that was the topic, like, you know, talking about like using physical attraction to, you know, for to get into a relationship or whatever. Well, absolutely, because you don't want to be with somebody like, you know, and all the women were like, oh well, you know, if you're only dating a woman because of her, you know, because she has a big butt and cute, you know, cute face, thick, whatever. I'm like, no, that's not it. I'm saying my initial attraction is that. I'm still going to sit down and talk to you and find out what kind of personality you have, what you got, you know, what you got going on in your life. Are we able to, you know, mesh or whatever? Here's the thing, like, my nigga, like, even in that, you can still fail. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I took the time to meet, you know, my first wife and my second wife. I got divorced twice. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, those relationships didn't work. But they didn't work because I only was with them, you know, for the fact that they were, you know, thick and, you know, plus size, whatever. It didn't work because we just didn't know how to make the shit work. So, like, you know, I get it. Like, you know, but for me, that initial thing, like, I know women who I got friends of mine. I got a couple of friends who were with guys who they weren't attracted to, you know, had kids by them, you know, dudes bought them houses and shit like that, whatever. And then the first thing they say when they divorce, you know, the dude, or when they finally, you know, the kids are gone and, you know, now it's just him and her and them two or whatever. And then they realize, you know, the dude finally realizes, oh, this woman never really fucked with me, you know, whatever. It's like, oh, well, he was a great provider. He's a whatever. Yeah, but where's the, you know what I'm saying? Where was that energy? Where's the physical in it? Where's the physical attraction? It's like, oh, I was never physically attracted to him. Why would you spend, you know what I'm saying? Why would you spend that much time with somebody that you're not physically attracted to? Especially when you're at an age like, you know, in your 20s when, you know, but again, and you know, we'll just call it what it is. You know, it's probably because women think differently than men do when it comes to stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Women are able to be with a, and I'm not saying guys don't do it too. You know, I know some guys who've gotten with women who they weren't attracted to, and they only got with the woman because she was able to provide, you know, financially or whatever. You know, we see it all the time.
Y'all never show no pictures of that woman.
Why did I get married? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, or they
With
want to
old
come around, they have to explain something first. Like, man,
exactly.
she had 3 kids
Yeah.
back in the day. She used to be.
I'll never forget this. A quick story, man. I'll never forget this. When I realized how important attraction either is or isn't. You can take the story whichever way you want to take it.
Right.
I was in Target one day. This was years ago. I might have been in my early 30s at the time. And I remember being in this aisle, looking for like toothpaste, deodorant, whatever. There was a sister in the aisle with me. Mm-hmm. She might have been 5 foot, 5'1", 5'2", no more than that, 5'1", 5'2", mm-hmm. plus size, on 300 plus easily, But you could see that she at some point had, a nice shape about herself. Mm-hmm. She had 3 kids with her, 2 kids that were walking and 1 kid in the cart or whatever. Mm-hmm. And fairly attractive, not overly attractive, fairly attractive, natural hair, but brown skin, cute girl, And I see her and I'm just like, whatever. Again, I ain't even paying her no attention. I'm trying to do my shopping and shit. I just take note of her, in the aisle with me. This dude who I'd already passed like twice in the store comes down the aisle. Mm-hmm. Dude is like 6'6", Adonis ass, got the Nike fitness shirt on with the sweatpants, the track pads, whatever. He's bald fade, whatever.
So you gave him one of these?
Yeah, I'm looking at the nigga like, damn, this nigga's, this nigga's nice with it. You know what I'm saying? Not pause. You know what I'm saying? But I'm looking at the nigga like, this nigga's nice, like whatever. And he walks up to her, bro, and was like, hey babe, I found out what you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And but you could genuinely tell, you know what I'm saying, the love. You know how you can see a couple and
like, yeah.
Exactly. That was his lady. That was his lady. Like that was his lady.
She liked.
Exactly. And so it was like, you ain't gotta be with somebody that you know what I'm saying, like, that you don't like. You know what I'm saying? Get with somebody that you like. Even if somebody goes, why is he with her or why is she with him or whatever. We all have the ability to choose exactly who we want to be with if we want to wait to get that person. You know what I'm saying?
That lady you talking about chose him because of the other stuff, the providing and the.
Of course, he had to be all that too. But that's what I'm saying.
But I'm saying some people prioritize that over some people. Shit.
But initially, I'm sure that it was this nigga 6'6" and
No, I'm not talking about
240 pounds
the other couple
muscle.
you was talking about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about the other couple where you said she was with him for all, had kids with him, all that.
But why'd you get with him initially?
Because she prioritized. She knew he was going to be whatever.
I guess.
Some people prioritize that over. They look at the good sex and all that. Like I've heard people say, the best dick you ever had or the best pussy you ever had.
It's not the person you marry or not the person you spend your life with. I get it. I understand that.
But that don't have to be true.
I respect it. No, it doesn't.
But sometimes most people assume it to be true. Yeah. Like, the person because the person that can do all of this is like, like dudes that say stuff like, you don't want her kissing your kids with that mouth and all this other jazz, like crazy shit. Just like,
I feel you. But again,
that's how people, they're like, whores are for this.
Well, here's the thing.
And housewives are for this.
And it's crazy that you say that because I know so many dudes, like, I was in the lifestyle for years. I would go to, parties and shit like that. And I would hear dudes say that. And I'm like, nah, bro, like, I want a woman that I can take, to the lifestyle party and have fun with and whatever, and still, we can build and do all the shit outside of that. To me, I get like there's a certain part of your life where you have fun and then you have a certain part of your life but why would you want to get with somebody that you gotta fight to, have sex with you, or that you gotta fight to do some freaky shit with, or whatever, that you gotta, you know what I'm saying? That if you say you want to do some freaky shit, why you want to do that? Like, but bro, I'm like, bitch, get out of here with that. Like,
it's kind of like the same thing as like what we was talking about, the happily ever after shit. It's just like one of them tropes that made it into so many men's psyche. You don't want to turn a hoe into a housewife. Yeah. You don't want this.
Screw that.
She do all this
with me, obviously, but
she do all this good dick sucking. Where did she learn how to suck all that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
come on, bro,
silliness.
And then my thing is, like, like I get it if you met your woman when she was, 21 or maybe even 25, maybe, But if you're meeting your woman in her 40s and you still trying to come with this, I don't want my woman to like body count.
But again, that's why it be dudes our age trying to still get with 21-year-olds and 22-year-olds.
Like even the body count conversation to me is weird. Like my nigga, she 45. You know what I'm saying? Like why her body count gonna be? You know what I'm saying? She got some numbers on her body. You know what I'm saying? Like bro, when I hear dudes, like I be on social media, man, and I be hearing dudes talk about that, and I'm like, bruh, like really, that's your concern. Yeah. Not the fact that this woman is independent, got her own, could help you benefit, set a foundation and help you grow your whatever you trying to grow, whatever.
No, you want to look at the list of men.
Exactly. You trying to compare your dick size to the dudes that was before you. My nigga, why? Like who cares, bro?
I don't know. That's always been a weird thing.
I love, man. Look, man. One of the best things about I remember the first conversation I had with my lady where she was just like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I was out there. I was doing my thing, and I was like, you know what I'm saying? I was out there doing my thing. I'm still gonna fit, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't never not fit, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a fit and you gonna feel it. It's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be what it is. But I don't care what you did before me, you know what I'm saying? I don't care, you know what I'm saying?
I remember the first time I heard a woman say, I'm just trying to fuck something. And I was like, wow.
We was talking about that on another episode where we was talking about women like being, Exactly. I absolutely love a woman, and this is not to say that, whatever, but I love a woman who is comfortable, you know what I'm saying, where she ain't trying to be a lady, you know what I'm saying? Be a lady, you know what I'm saying? But when you really, you know what I'm saying, but when you really trying to, fuck with me, it's okay to tell me, you know what I'm saying? It's okay to be a little bit of a slut. It's okay to have a little hoe in, you know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. Like I'm not gonna be mad at you, like, they're gonna be like, oh well, who else have you done this to? Nah, thank you, bro. Yeah. thank you, my nigga. But thank you for showing her the ropes. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want nobody. Where I remember being like 33. I was maybe 35. 35. Because it was after my first marriage. I was like 35, man. I got with this woman, bro, and she was in her 40s at the time. She was about 10 years older than me. She's like 45. Yeah. And like kissing for me is huge, bro. Like I'm a kisser, you know what I'm saying? I like bro. Yeah, I don't you know what I'm saying? Like, don't feel some kind of way. No, but I like kissing.
It's just like it's one of them things that I've found that
kissing for me is just it's a thing, and she couldn't, and I was just like, what you been doing all, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's what I'm saying. It's
I want to have to teach everybody how to kiss me. Well,
everybody ain't all on that kiss. Like the way I found, like sometimes, maybe like early on in relationships, it'd be more kissing, especially like more heavy petting, like all that shit before you actually had sex. But I feel like once you start having sex, especially like regularly, the kissing goes down.
It does. I ain't gonna hold you. It does.
Like the actual like movie, like end of a movie French kiss.
It's more just like kissing just to get the, the mood started and stuff like that.
More often than not, man, it's a peck on the lips. Like, man,
oh no, not really.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
Like the end of the day type thing.
I still like a little nasty, little.
Oh, I mean, if you in that position, then sure. Yeah, but you ain't always in a position.
I'm deep eyeing you right now. I don't feel.
Oh, you still be kissing them from the back? Weird.
Sometimes, like you hit them from the back and they turn their head. You just sometimes
they'd have to turn their head like the extra.
Not like a full kiss, but just just like the
Would you kiss the back of their head while you hit it from the back? That's crazy.
Nah, do it. I mean, I kiss like the shoulders, the back, the low back.
Sure, you kiss the nape of the neck. That's fine, but I'm talking about make out kissing, like
French kissing. Sometimes just to get, but sometimes just to be, just to kind of get the mood going or whatever. But yeah, I get it. You there is a point where you just kind of like, all right, baby, have a great day.
Definitely not doing the first thing in the morning.
Well, yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, yeah, I don't. This not. I mean, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah. But it's just like, it don't always come up when it does come up, it's one of the things like, are we doing this?
Well,
right
and here's the thing, man, and I'm glad you said that. Like when those things do come up, man, you know, like people, y'all gotta be able to, like, we gotta get out of this idea that, you know, like, and it is, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I remember the first time a woman really talked to me about sex.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, was telling me what she didn't like, what she, whatever. It was uncomfortable for me because as men, especially, and I don't know how women feel about this. You know, y'all can tap in, whatever. But as men, once we get to a certain age, it's like, you know, we kind of lock in on, you know, on what we think.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to satisfy, you know, this, and then we got to unlearn that shit for the next woman and for the next, you know.
Yeah, but the way sex is handled, you know, in our societies already, it's like, so you got to navigate that shit. You got to navigate what you like. It's getting less and less like that, but in our childhood and growing up, you had to navigate what you like versus what's considered normal.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
That's what people do. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of times, you know, you can ask a woman to do this or that, and it may have a stigma attached to it for you or them.
Yeah.
So they might not want to do it just because of that. And then you just like, what are you gonna do? If they don't want to do it, they don't want to do it.
I remember it's two things. So like, I'm a fan of sloppy toppy.
Okay.
I know we going down the wormhole, but there's also a point when I'm just like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's that fine line where it's like, all right,
you talking about like the post nut clarity?
No, not even that. I might not even be to the point of nothing at that point. I just might just be like, you know, like, all right.
But there's definitely like post nut clarity things. So it feels silly afterwards.
Well, no, remember I talked about this on the pod, like gagging and shit.
Yeah, I got
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Like that's a thing that's like a thing. But then there's also
but you said like throwing up and shit.
Yeah, I don't mind a little throw up. But here's the thing: I don't like my balls touched at all. Man. I don't like my balls touched at all, bro. I know it's cats out there that like their balls. Like if you do touch my balls, it's gotta be. It's gotta be soft, bro. Like don't manhandle my balls. Don't do nothing. If you do anything rough to my, it's a wrap. Like my
manhandling your
like
balls.
It'll make my for real. It'll make my stomach. You ever go down a roller coaster? You know when you drop down a roller coaster, you get that like.
I have.
That's
those
how
as
it feels.
well.
That's how I feel when. I know you got balls.
I too.
My cats don't have balls, but I know you got balls, bro.
I too have weight loss.
But yeah, man, it's such a fine line about the things that turn you on and turn you off. You know what I'm saying? Like even like,
and it takes a long time to learn it.
And I'll tackle this real quick. Like even for like, you know, freaks. Like, you know, I might be like, oh, you know, I like this, and then you might be like, oh, you a freak. But then if you say something, I might be like, nah, bro, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like it's certain things that just, you know, there's a line for everybody. I think, you know, anybody out there who just don't have a line, who don't have like a nah, bro, I'm cool on that. You know,
ever see the what's the shit, the black, what's the shit, the dude with the
Cat o' Nine Tails?
No, the dude with the whips and shit. It's a book series that women went crazy.
Oh, the 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah.
So with that, like that to me, that's the extreme of it.
Yes.
Like when you got equipment and all this other stuff. But I seen, bro, like, so one time, I don't know if I told you this story. One time I was in the Green Door. And we were all kind of sitting around. You know, downstairs they got that dungeon.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's a dungeon. And so we all sitting around. And black lady comes in. She's making this whole production out of, she's like setting up all this stuff, and boom. So people start kind of sitting around like, what's this about to be, And she takes out all these whips and things and all this stuff. So they got like a cross thing, and she like gonna basically handcuff herself to that.
Got you.
And then the dude that's helping her with this comes in, and he's just as like
don't even look like he's supposed to be there.
White dude, long ponytail, trucker hat, everything like she went to a truck stop and grabbed this dude and said, "Will you come to the thing with me and do this?" And then once people realized that she was about to be cuffed to the cross thing while he's whipping her back, motherfuckers was like, I can't.
We left, yeah.
Yeah, motherfuckers we walk out. So my point in saying all of that is it's like that, either that turns her on or being seen doing all that turns her on.
The voyeur part.
Yeah, and the like how it's like racially sensitive.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of offensive in a place where it's hard to offend people because they all fucking.
Well, and see, that's the thing. Like, and see, even that right there, I don't agree with that statement because, like, believe it or not, like, lifestylers, freaks, whatever you want to call them, some of them are the most judgmental people that you're ever going to run into, bro. Like, I've gone to lifestyle parties and seen a woman, do DP. Yeah. And people like, oh, she, like, what? How you judging this lady, enjoying herself with, what I'm saying?
Well, no, I've seen it. I don't mean you can't be offended if you fucking, but I'm saying, like, that's the overall vibe because people, so many times, even when you tell people about, like, a sex club, like the Green Door, they automatically think it's free for all. Yeah. There's so many rules that go with all that shit. And I've seen people get thrown out of there just for, like, doing too much.
I remember checking,
just being loud and extra.
I remember checking a dude one night at a Rooster, at Red Rooster. We was in the room where the big rooster pad is.
Who you, the hall monitor? Who you checking people for? You didn't work there.
It was out of control, bro. Let me tell you the story. So we at the Red Rooster, right? And with the room where that big rooster pad is.
I've only been in there once. Okay. I never really.
So there's a room when you walk in the door. And you go to the right. The left is the pool, where the pool and all that stuff is, and whatever in the lounge area. Then there's a room to the right where there's a big rooster pad in the middle, and then they have these beds that go up the wall. Like they like stair step up the wall. So it's a nice setup actually. It's actually pretty cool. And I remember we were up at the top floor. We were up on one of the higher beds, and there was this dude sitting there the whole time watching us have sex. Now I do like to put on a nice little show, so I was in my void, I was in my shit, you know how I do, my nigga,
What? No, I don't know how you do it.
Put it down here on the screen, like how to sneak. I'm fucking with you.
I know that. I do not know.
No, I'm fucking with you. So we doing our thing, right? No, not like that. We was doing our thing, and so the dude was sitting there watching us, and then he was like, oh, your woman is so beautiful. She's so she's so curvy and thick and whatever. Can I play with her? And I'm like, bro, that's on her. You know what I'm saying? That's up to her. That's her call, whatever. And so she was like, I'm good right now. Whatever. Maybe later. And then it never happened. But it's just like just to get him out, just to get him away. Whatever. But as we're sitting there, I look down, and there's this guy who brings his girl in. And his girl was with the shits. Mm-hmm. His girl was like, with the shit. But at the same time, it was like all these dudes just standing around her, just grabbing at her, pulling at her and shit, and trying to put their dicks in their mouth and all that. And so I finally just come down there and I'm like, yo, you gotta control this shit, my man. I told him, I said, bro, like you can't just let these niggas just come up on your girl, like like that. That's crazy to me.
So I don't know how they do it security-wise over at Red Rooster or whatever, but
they don't.
Like
they have.
That's wild to me.
Listen, they got a private couples area upstairs, and sometimes like single dudes will slip in there and be wild. Like it happened to us one night when we was in there, and the dude was just like, this dude walked in. Happened to me one night. I was with my lady, and this dude walked in, and we were on. So when you walk into the couples area, you got the area where you can take off your clothes and stuff because you got to be naked when you go in there. You take off your clothes, you put them in a little bin or whatever, little drawer or whatever, and then you walk into the back. So in the back it's a room here, it's another room here, and then there's a room straight back. So there's 3 rooms, and they all got beds around the wall and shit. Like 3 or 4 beds around the wall or whatever. So we were in the first room with another couple. We weren't engaging with them, but there's another black couple that was up there with us. And, we was on this bed playing. They were on this bed playing.
Oh, you didn't use that as one of the words, playing.
They're playing, yep. So this dude, so we all kind of got done around the same time, Right. And so we were sitting there chilling, leaning back, in the little glow, whatever. Old girl was sitting there in the glow, and her dude went to the bathroom or somewhere. He left and walked out. Yeah. Then this other dude walks in and tries to start, touching her or whatever. Yeah. So I was like, fam, what are you doing? Like, bruh, like, whatever. And so when the old boy came back, I told him, I said, yo, don't leave your girl alone like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But it shouldn't be. It
shouldn't. But that's
a raggedy.
The dude wasn't supposed to be in that area because he was a single dude in the couples area.
It's gonna sound like I'm definitely caping for Green Door, but like, they don't. Shit like that, I've never seen shit like that. Rock up. I've been. I've been
to some cool clubs where the security is on it. Like they like
I'm just saying the rule. Like so with them, it's like the first time you come there, you getting the tour, and they gonna tell you all the rules.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of rules to know, and there's a lot of places you can go if you in this situation. You can't go if you this like. This means this. This means you're invited. If you see, if you see the chain unlinked, that means people are welcome to come in. Still don't mean you are welcome to touch anybody.
And see, I personally prefer like again, man. I came up in the lifestyle in an era where, I had mentors. So I actually had a couple that taught me, all the ropes and stuff and how to conduct yourself, whatever. Yeah. And I say this to people all the time, man. Like, the lifestyle is really just life, my nigga. Conduct yourself accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be weird. Don't be, But you wouldn't just touch a dude's girl at the club. Don't do it at that club just because she, naked or whatever. Like,
right. But in a lot of the times when people even bring that topic up, that's the assumption. The overwhelming assumption is that it's just a free for all.
Exactly. No, so you got the right to say no. Don't touch me. Whatever.
Yeah, but
whatever.
then at the same time, it's like so. Very few people come up in that situation with mentors, let alone they don't. A lot of times when they're in that environment, they might have got drunk or high, and somebody suggested it, and somebody else said, "Well, fuck it, let's go see what's up with it."
Well, over the years, what I've found about dudes, anyway, women not so much. Dudes, once they pay that, $50 or $80 or whatever to get in, they automatically think that entitles them to some ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, just because you paid to get in, it's like, it's like
and
a club.
Dudes pay a lot more than
single
women.
dudes. Yeah.
Women get in free a lot of times.
I stopped my first, after the couple that introduced me to the lifestyle. This is way back in the 90s. This was like 97 or some shit like that, 98, whatever. Once I got introduced and I did my mentoring with them or whatever, I only went to a few parties by myself. I didn't like going to parties by myself,
bro.
I bring a woman with me who I'm attracted to, so that way I know no matter what I'm going. I'm either going to get something at the club, at the club, or we're gonna go home and do our thing. Maybe we just came to watch or whatever that looked like. Yeah. But I hate looking. I hate niggas that be looking thirsty as fuck in the club because they been paid they $50, $60, and now they feel like they entitled to,
Even bro, I used to see one. I forgot who I used to see all the time.
I used to see Byron Long back in the days.
Cause Nautica Monroe used to work up in what is connected to the strip club, Lacey's.
Lacey's, okay. And then one night I ran into I was kind of disappointed, man. I told my boy this. You
better not say Cherokee.
Yep.
For real?
I met Cherokee and Beauty Dior at a party one night.
Both of them? You were disappointed with both of them?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep. I mean, they're not, you know, they're
legends.
They're slim thick. You know, they present them as BBWs on, you know, on camera or whatever.
Man,
but they're, you know, they fine. I'm not gonna say they're not fine. I'm not saying they're not fine. I'm just saying, just, you know, I was a little bit like, oh, that's Cherokee, you know, whatever. I mean, they're both attractive as fuck. Don't even. I ain't
you talking about they wasn't as big as you thought.
Exactly.
But really,
they weren't as big as I thought they were.
If you really look at like Cherokee and Pinky and who else, Sky Black. They be fluctuating in weight. Like
yeah. I was at a party in Northridge, California.
Yeah.
And they walked. They didn't walk in. I walked in after. They was already there. And you know, I went into the room with the girl I was with. We changed and shit. We came out and we was walking through the little, you know, all the different areas and shit. And they were by the pool. And I looked and I was like, you know, and I had heard, you know, like some people whispering like, oh, you know, Cherokee and Beauty here or whatever. And so when I saw them, I was like, oh, okay. Now don't. I ain't gonna hold you, nigga. They was. You know,
you telling me Takara Williams thicker than Cherokee?
Way thicker.
Oh, okay.
Cherokee's small, dude.
I never met her.
Yeah, Cherokee's like a 14 maybe. I mean, she might be bigger now because she's older, but I'm saying back then, this was like Cherokee might have been mid 2000s. So we talking about, you know, 15. At least 15, like maybe, no, that would have been 2009. This might have been like 2007, 2006, 2007. So we're talking about 18 years ago, bro.
You know what's funny, bro? I was, one year I was doing Uber. And it was, I was doing Uber during the AVN weekend. And it was funny because I picked up a few like white porn stars and I didn't know shit about
hilarious.
They was like, oh, so and such. I just was like, man, not saying I ain't never watched no white porn stars.
I watch white porn, bro.
I know you said
no disrespect.
You was hella dismissive about it. You like, I don't even pay attention to white sex.
Attention to white porn, man. When white porn come up on my search, I'd be like, I'm good, bro. I don't watch
you know who Virgo Paradise is.
I do know who Virgo is.
Yeah, exactly.
I do know who Virgo Paradise is. Yes. I ain't gonna hold you on that one.
And she wiped it away.
She picked it. Yeah. Okay. My bad.
Yeah.
But like dudes hyped up Sarah J for years, and I was like, why? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never got the Sarah J love.
Hyping up anybody like,
in porn.
What conversations are these? Nah, bro, you got it all wrong.
Exactly. Sarah J is the shit. No.
Nah,
but I do know Virgo. I mean, I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not saying there's not some white girls that's out there that's thick and you know.
Yeah,
whatever. I mean, yeah, but I'm just saying, just for my general pleasure, I'm not really watching. You know, whatever.
But do you judge them like if they? Like, let's say if they doing the blowjob scene or whatever, and they try to knock the hand away, do you judge them? Do you be like, does that take you out?
Yeah. Sometimes, but I understand sometimes. Like, I mean, like I ain't gonna hold you. I think like I remember this one girl knocking Charlie Mack's hand out the way. And I was like, I get it.
No, I'm saying that.
I was like, I get it. Like, I understand you don't want this nigga to kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That takes you out of it because you like, she's not having a good time.
Hey, that's a throwback, y'all. Y'all don't even understand where that came from, nigga. That's a throwback. Yeah. But no, like, it don't bother me, man. Like, here's the thing. Like, you're right, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, when I watch porn, sometimes I'll be like, you know, if they don't look like they enjoying it, they do fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Like okay, I do
gotta talk all kind of extra shit. Like, yeah, bitch.
No.
You don't gotta do all
not even that, bro.
It's tricky too because it's them ones that, you know, the ones that want to talk crazy to you and they want you to talk crazy to them, and if you being too considerate and you soft, and that's gonna take them out of it.
I've only had one.
Like, yeah,
I've only had one.
Telling about the one that wanted to do all the hitting. Like,
she wanted, man. I had one woman, bro, and I told the story before. Yep. I had one woman. I've dealt with some women that like, you know, a little bit of roughness or whatever. But I had one woman, bro, that she just, I was like, nah, I'm good. She was one of the few women that made me tap out. Like, she was just like hit me, like, you know, like punch me, you know, slap me, choke me, whatever. And I was just like, nah, I'm good. Like, I got my, you know, I got my line where I'll take you to, you know, a certain place. But she was like, she wanted to be like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like she wanted to be beat, and I was just like, nah, I'm good.
But that's
sis.
what.
I'm
So
cool.
like in that, to bring it full circle, like in that definition of fetishizing or whatever.
There you go. Yep.
They were saying like, what was the words they were saying? Like basically like what was too much or crossing the line or whatever.
Yes.
And it's like that's a very subjective thing. That just depends on your
like reasonable amount.
Excessive. What's excessive?
Yeah.
What's excessive? What's
it
irrational? Yeah.
Yeah. So like again, like you said, like to me,
or
she was
unreasonable. Yeah. It says an unreasonable amount. Well, what's an unreasonable amount?
To her, it was normal.
Yeah.
To me, it was like, I'm tapping out. Like I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna slap you to a certain extent or choke you to a certain extent. But she was like, reach back and bring it. Like I'm like, nah. I'm like,
I'm a complete when it comes to that stuff.
No, see,
choking, I'll be like, why do you like this? I don't.
You be like, what happened? Where's your daddy at?
Who introduced you? That's where I'd be like, and then I own the competitive shit. Just like I'm concerned. Like, did the first time was this involuntary, and now
you just like it?
They imprinted on you because they was like, shut the fuck up and take it or whatever.
And again, it's that thing where like like I was talking about the head thing, like the sloppy toppy. I'm good with that, but then there's a certain point where it's just like, okay, it's too much. You know what I'm saying? It's too much. And I do like a little bit of gag and throw it, whatever.
That's what I'm saying. So when we say excessive, and you say a little bit of vomit,
that's gonna be the word.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure somebody else's idea of excessive comes well before the vomit.
To throw up?
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. All of this shit is subjective.
That's true.
Yeah. But where do y'all draw the line? Put it in the comments. Let us know.
Where y'all draw the line? That's
crazy. And
man,
I think that'll do. We did a nice little hour and 20.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, that was a good conversation, man. Like whenever like we always have like a idea of how we want to kind of flow the conversation or whatever.
Yeah.
But
this is just natural.
Yeah, it always just ends up by the time it's all said and done, like that after those first few minutes of like kind of figure out how to get into it.
Yeah.
We always end up bringing it full circle and being able to just talk about it and have fun with it, man. Yeah, man. But y'all tap in, man. Let us know what's your favorite sexual terms.
Some that we missed.
We might have missed some. Exactly. We might have missed some of it. Because, hey, man, that's what I was going to say. Like white people be having the most. Man, they be having the most terms for.
They got the best racial slurs. They got the best gay slurs. They got the best.
And I didn't even talk about this real quick before we get out of here. I do a bit where I talk about masturbation and different terms that white people, or not white people, just that different terms for whatever. Yeah. Like, for women, it's like, butter in the muffin, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or paddle in the pink canoe, you know what I'm saying? Or finger painting, you know what I'm saying? It's all for women, it's always some pretty shit, some delicate shit. For men, it's like, like milking the lizard, you know what I'm saying? Spanking the monkey, choking the chicken, you know what I'm saying? It's always some evil dark shit. Like, bruh, like why we can't have pretty shit?
Slapping the salami.
Exactly. Like it's always just the weirdest shit for dudes to masturbate. Where women, the terms for women masturbation is always like, oh, that's so cute, you know what I'm saying? Dudes would be like, all it's like some evil, like the what's the evil monkey on Family Guy in the closet, just
I'm not up on it yet.
Oh man, yeah, you gotta watch Family Guy, bro. It's hilarious. But yeah, man, thank y'all, man. Tap in with us. Let us know what your favorite sexual terms are.
That's the ones that what's the movie I said? With Robin Williams.
Miss Doubtfire.
Miss Doubtfire.
I gotta watch it. Now you gonna make me watch it.
Two of the ones that she said was the baloney bop and rumpel foreskin. That shit had me crying.
Hey man, y'all tap in with us, man. Like, share, subscribe to the J and J podcast, man. Yeah. I'm your everyday dude, Jay Devon, man.
I'm Jarreau.
Jarreau, man.
Jarreau Comedy on Instagram.
All the links gonna be up. Y'all gonna see our @s and stuff at Jay Devon. Follow us, man. And yeah, man. Thank y'all for tapping in again. We'll be back next week with a new episode of the J and J podcast. We appreciate y'all, man. We love y'all. Thanks. Peace.